Mariners sweep the Diamondbacks to stay in first place in the West and to keep down the Diamondbacks winning streak here. Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Edwards. Welcome to Mariners Daily. If this is your first time being here, I appreciate it. This is the Daily Mariners show for the Mariners nerd fan. The guy that's okay to get into the weeds a little bit in the stats here. We're going to break down this weekend series game by game, talking about the top performances, big moments, all the scoring, all that good stuff. Couple close games, couple walk-off wins for the Mariners here. Couple key performances, strategies that we got to break down, and some big performances here. Let's get into game one here. JP Crawford's game here, baby. 2 home runs on the day. It was fantastic to watch. George Kirby has been a little bit shaky. I'm going to start off talking about George Kirby here. 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 4 Ks. In reality, I mean, only 6 hits, 1 walk. It's not terrible, but the problem is that these are hard hit balls. He gave up 7 hard hits in his 5 innings pitched. 6 of them were hard hit line drives, and 3 of those line drives were off of the sweeper. The sweeper was the main culprit here in this game. The four-seamer did pitch well overall. He had a 31 CSW percentage on this game, 32.4 CSW on the four-seamer. He led off with that pitch, 39% usage, 5 whiffs, 6 called strikes, 5 balls in play, 4 outs. So only 1 hit on the four-seamer. The sweeper, though, he threw it 35% of the time, but I think he just threw it too much and left it too much in the plate because 3 whiffs, 5 called strikes, not terrible, but also not fantastic. It is not a called strike pitch, this this sweeper. 25.8 CSW percentage on the sweeper, 8 balls in play, 5 outs. Like I said, 3 of those hard hit line drives were off of the sweeper. He's leaving it too much in the plate, man. He is just his control of the sweeper has not been as good as we expect from Kirby. He threw the sinker 18% of the time. That got all the called strikes that you expect it to. 37.5 CSW on the sinker. It did great. The sweeper was the main culprit here. I think Kirby's going to be okay. I've always preached patience with him. I think he just uses the sweeper just a little bit too much. I think he's leaning on the sweeper too much, and he needs to pull back a little bit, especially when the control on it is not that great. And it wasn't that great in this start, giving up 4 earned runs total. He did get pulled with a guy on base, which Brash did let in. So not fully against him, but still against him. Brash should be able to hold that down, but he just was not able to in the 6th inning. Excuse me. First inning, JP gets a leadoff homer versus Zach Gallen. I talked about this series last week on Friday, doing a full preview, talking about the Diamondbacks pitching and their starting pitching specifically, and how not great it was, and how much our offense should have taken advantage. We did in 2 out of the 3 games here, so that was encouraging to see at the very least. Now, this was the type of game where we should have dominated, but Kirby was on an off day and our bullpen just was not able to hold this lead, which was disappointing. Great to see the offense come through, though, and I think that is the most important part of this game and why it was so encouraging. Now, listen, winning this game 7-6, it's not the type of win that you expect for a game where JP leads off with a home run off Zach Gallen, 99 miles per hour. 3rd inning, JP takes a walk, and then Julio gets a home run. This is 10 home runs in total for Julio in the month of May, which is crazy. We're winning the game 3-0 right off the rip. 4th inning, the Diamondbacks get a homer from Perdomo. Good for him. Gets a fastball on the inside part of the plate and hits it deep to right field. 5th inning, we get Pareda with a leadoff single, and then JP takes a good changeup, dead center, 104 miles per hour off Zach Gallen. My point being, with all of this offense from the Mariners, this is the encouraging part. This has been the question mark for the Mariners. We know the pitching is going to come through. We know George Kirby is going to be good across this entire season. We know he's going to be a quality starting pitcher. The question is this offense going to be able to give them enough of a lead, give them enough breathing room? And this time they did, and Kirby was not able to hold on to it. So obviously we want all things, you know, clicking on all cylinders on every single game, but it's a baseball season, okay? It's not gonna happen every single time. So, all you can ask for is the offense to do as well as it can, and Kirby just didn't have it. He just did not have it in this game. The four-seamer did okay, but it did not dominate as much as you expect from George Kirby. So, it did well, not well enough. Gotta deal with it, man. Gotta deal with it. The bullpen did get things a little bit under control after the 6th inning. The 6th inning was the big inning for the Diamondbacks, where Kirby gets pulled, Brash gets brought in, gives up a run himself. D-backs in total in the 6th inning scored 4 runs on 5 hits and 2 walks. They fully batted around. The inning started with Ketel Marte getting out, and it ended the inning with Ketel Marte getting out, which is kind of crazy because he's obviously one of their best hitters. So kind of impressive from the Diamondbacks. They had their lineup working, passing the baton. No home runs for them. They kind of followed that scouting report. In total this weekend, we had 10 home runs as a team, and I think the Diamondbacks only had a couple. And yeah, that kind of follows the scouting report I had projected, and what these two teams were coming into this series with. 8th inning, Bizardo leaves 2 men on with 2 outs. Gabe Speier gets brought in to face Corbin Carroll, the Diamondbacks' other amazing hitter. And Speier gets the key strikeout, just went straight after Carroll with high sinkers and then a high four-seamer that Carroll swung and miss on. Great to see. 9th inning, Munoz comes in. He gives up back-to-back singles and then hits Nolan Arenado. The Diamondbacks manufacture a run, get a run in there to push this game to the extras. 10th inning, Randy walks it off on a beautiful swing, just dumps it deep into right center field for the walk-off win. Great to see from Randy. Randy's been our best offensive hitter so far this season. So great to see. Fantastic that we were able to get this win despite Kirby having an off day and that the offense was able to pick us up because that is what we need. Rayleigh did get a home run, I did want to say. Bottom half of the 6th inning, after the Diamondbacks score 4 runs, tie up the game. Rayleigh gets us back in the game, gets the momentum back on our side. Solo shot, 102.9 miles an hour. Great to see from Rayleigh. He had the power going. Canzone had the power going. Let's get to game 2 here. Yeah, I mean, this was Woo absolutely dominating, which was great to see. And the offense was picking us up as well. Let's talk about Woo first. 7 innings, 0 runs, 2 hits, 0 walks, 9 strikeouts. He had 14 whiffs on the day, a 36 CSW percentage on 86 pitches. Only took him 86 pitches, bro, to just tear apart this lineup. It was so good to see. The four-seamer was absolutely cooking. 47.7% usage, 6 whiffs, 6 called strikes, a 29 CSW percentage. He used the slider a little bit more in this start. We saw it reborn a little bit, used it 20.9% of the time, 9.5% more than the average usage of his slider throughout this season. It got 3 whiffs, 4 called strikes, a 38.9 CSW percentage. He sprinkled in a little bit of the sinker, a little bit of the sweeper in there as well. Both those pitches were around 12% usage. Both did very well. He absolutely killed it. Only 2 hits on the day, 0 walks. My man absolutely dominated. He could have come out for the 8th inning if they wanted to, but we had the luxury of being up, which is huge. Why are we up in this game? It's the power, baby. The home runs were coming in droves. 2nd inning, Rayleigh gets his 13th homer of the season, 106 miles per hour off the bat. Canzone follows up with his own home run. This was his 6th on the season. That was 100 miles per hour off his bat. Both those dudes have been hitting the crap out of the ball. Rayleigh's been striking out a little bit more, but still leading the team with home runs. Canzone uh, is on his way, man. I mean, he's hit the ball so hard. He just needs to get a little bit luckier, and I think they need to give him more playing time because Canzone just hits the crap out of the ball. He does. He hits the ball extremely hard, and I think we just need to play him more, and he'll be okay. If the strikeouts start rising, then obviously then that's when the problems become to materialize. But as long as he's making enough contact, Canzone hits the crap out of the ball. I've been saying it all season. Play Canzone more. I've always been a Canzone guy. I was a Ref Snyder guy, and now I've backtracked. You know, it's like I'll admit my mistakes. I believe Canzone is a good player, and he's proving it right now. Third inning, Colt Emerson gets his second home run of the season. J Rod gets a homer to dead center field as well. Lots of solo home runs for the Mariners. Just wish we had some guys on base to really put the game out of reach. Either way, we end up winning this game 5-1. Couple, we got an error in the ninth inning on Hoppy, not Hoppy, the catcher for the Angels. Hoppy, Alex Hoppy, the reliever. We got a clean inning from Chriswell as well in the eighth, which was good to see. This was a great game overall. 5-1 win in game two for the Mariners. Brian Wu, absolutely stupid, dominant, and great to see this offense keeps going. We followed uh our little projection here. The home runs were coming for the Mariners, man. Like I said, 10 homers on the series versus the Diamondbacks. It was great to see. We took it to their starting pitching. Ryan Nelson on the other side got hit pretty freaking hard, which is exactly what they were supposed to do. Let's get to game three, baby. Last game of the series. Tight one, close one. 13 hits for the Mariners, only 3 runs. We were getting the hits. We just could not get the dudes in. We just could not do it. We have the piggyback situation with Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo, which is still a little suspect, but also at the same time, you can't really deny with the proof here. It has saved our bullpen. We had to use all of our main high leverage guys in game one. Game two, they got a day off because Brian Wu dominated, and all we needed was Chriswell. Chriswell is honestly turning into a high leverage arm at this point, but they're still putting him in safe situations for the most part. Safe, not save, safe situations for the most part for Chriswell. And so they get a day off. All of our high leverage guys get a day off on Saturday, and then they get a day off on Sunday as well because Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo were all we needed to finish off this game. Miller pitches 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 6 Ks, 71 pitches, only 1 hard hit ball on the day. He absolutely dominated with his four seamer. He threw 41 four seamers in his 5 innings pitched. That was the main pitch for him. Same for Castillo, actually. The four seamer was his main pitch. Now, Castillo did not pitch half as well as Miller did. Castillo did pitch well, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, but only one of them earned. One of them was able to score on a throwing error by Naylor. And yeah, 2 walks, 3 Ks for Castillo in the start. 71 pitches for him as well, but 5 hard hit balls. Proof that Castillo is not as good as Bryce Miller is. Miller should be the starting pitcher, and I believe that's where he will be soon enough. It's hard to argue with the piggyback strategy because it is working technically. It's given our bullpen a couple days off. We are getting extra rest, and we are winning these games. Now, this was a close game. I don't know if I felt super comfortable leaving Castillo in as long as we did because he was getting hit hard and still giving up some hard hit balls. They just were not falling in for hits. He was getting lucky, basically. So Castillo has been fine in this piggyback role. I I would have liked Miller to go out for at least one more inning. He was at 71 pitches. I also understand not doing it because of the injuries that Miller has had. I'm okay with them slowly building him up, but he's also had a decent amount. What is this? His fourth appearance so far in the majors this season. At what point are we going to start stretching him out a little bit further past 70 pitches? When are we going to get to 80 pitches? Let's get to 80. Let's keep working him up and let's start limiting Castillo's appearances because I think Castillo will only be better if batters see him less. Feels like math at that point. Hitting wise, we did take advantage. We did get some homers. There were just no guys on base for those homers. Second inning was Cole Young with a solo shot. This is his fourth of the season, 105 miles per hour off the bat. Good to see from Young. Hopefully, we can get that bat going a little bit more. Cole Young has been solid. And obviously, the defense has been the big boost for him on a team that does not have very many defensive boosts. Hitting wise, he's been about average. It's not been amazing. He has been very good in clutch situations, which has been good to see. Canzone got another solo shot in this game. Seventh homer of the season for him, 105 miles per hour off the bat. I hope Canzone is getting rolling, man, because like I said earlier, I mean, he deserves it. He really does. He deserves this full-time playing, I think, because the power is so freaking legit and the numbers would be there if we just let him play. Victor Robles was the guy to get the walk-off hit to finish off this game. This was Victor Robles' first walk-off hit of his career. Now, it wasn't a hit. It was a grounder. It was a ground out. They had the infield in grounder to Perdomo, and Perdomo bobbled it and could not get it, and the run scored, which was yeah, very thrilling. 3-2 win for the Mariners to sweep the series versus the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks coming into the series. If you wanted to see what my preview was, go back to the last episode on Friday. The Diamondbacks were coming in as a good team, man. I mean, second in their division, just past the Padres. They were on a roll. I think they had won 5 straight at that point. 9 out of their last 10 games before this series, and the Mariners took care of them. The Mariners are over 500. They are in first place in the AOS by 2.5 games now. Deep breaths, everyone. Deep breaths. We know this team is good. We know this team can get it done. And even when their pitching is not top tier, the offense can still pick it up, which was great to see. Listen, 13 hits in that game 3, nothing to scoff at. And we still got the home runs. We still got the home runs. We just didn't have anybody on base. I think it's a little unlucky and less of a bad omen. 13 hits over 10 innings. Positive. This is a positive game for the Mariners and a great series overall. Wu dominating is fantastic. We got to get Kirby in line. We got to make sure that those sweepers get lower and outside instead of in the zone. I don't want to see 5 called strikes on a sweeper. Called strikes are good. Called strikes are a good thing. And I know he gets a lot of whiffs on the four seamer. 5 whiffs is nothing to scoff at either. But I want to see that sweeper in the zone. Miller, I want to see go one more inning. I want to see him go 6 innings, limit Castillo. Cut Castillo down to 4 innings. If we're going to do this piggyback crap, which apparently they've had a meeting, apparently they answered the questions for both Miller and Castillo, which I'll probably cover that in a later episode, which is good to see. But and the piggyback stuff is working, so it's not like it's blowing up in our face right now. Castillo pitched well enough, so I'm not gonna totally bash him, but I want to see less of Castillo. I want to see more of Miller. This is what a winning team would do, and that's what we need to do sooner rather than later. Okay? Does that work? Does that work for everyone? Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know your thoughts about the weekend. We got a series against the Mets, who have not been very good, so we should take advantage. We should be able to beat up on the bad team. Okay? This is just how winning teams work. We got to start proving it. We are above 500, 31 wins so far this season. We're rolling. Let's keep going versus the Mets. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts. Please make sure you freaking subscribe if you enjoyed Daily Mariners content. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music, freaking leave a 5-star review and let me know what you like about the show. If you don't like it, let me know in the comments and I want to hear your thoughts. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.